Hey, yo, good morning. Welcome back to Astrology from a Libra's perspective. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2020. And today's horoscope reading for Pisces is as follows. You're ready to make good use of your financial and emotional resources now. Whether this means making a small investment to create long-term economic security or telling someone special how you feel about them, it's important to be guided by your heart today. While it's true you could experience loss, that's better than always wondering what would have happened if you had been brave enough to take a risk. Friends may fear that you are putting yourself in danger. Thank them for their concern and keep doing whatever it is you want to do. So, for all my Pisces out there, this is a cliche quote, but it's true nonetheless, and it's always been true. And you've seen it in movies, you've read it in books. As corny as it sounds, I'm gonna quote it. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And that just doesn't go toward a romantic interest or a partner. What the underlying message in that is simply this, and I'm going to put it in my own words. It makes less sense for someone to always prepare for something but never execute. If you've been saving to start a business, if you've been saving to make a purchase, even if it's just like purchasing a car or a home or whatever, if you've been working hard and grinding to put money together to do something, to accomplish something, to go to school, to take a class, and you finally reach that goal, that target, but then you don't do it for whatever reason, then that journey was pointless. You coming all that way to get to that critical point for you to just take that last step, what was it all for if you end up not doing it at the end of the day? Because I can tell you this 100% in my life, I've seen it a million times and I've experienced it a million times. There are so many things that I have looked back on and said, you know what? I can regret any of the things that I've done that didn't pan out. And I can regret any of the things that I wanted to say but didn't say. And I played things over in my mind if I could go back and if I could say this to that person or if I could do this in this situation, shit would be totally different in my life. But it's not the things that I did and got wrong. It's not the things that I said that came out wrong or were heard wrong. It's the wondering. It's the things that I never said. It's the things that I wanted to do but never did because I wasn't sure how those things were going to turn out. Those are the biggest regrets of my life because I don't know what would have happened. I don't know what situation I would have been in. And that's a bit of a um, hypocritical statement from a person like me because I believe that even the failures and even the things that we don't do that we later look back and reflect on and wish we had done, I believe that those things make us the best person and that present tense. But having said that though, anybody who's lived enough life, you can look back at a singular situation, at the very least, a singular point in time where you say, damn, I wonder what would have happened if I would have went left instead of right, or if I would have did this instead of that, or said such and such instead of not saying anything. Because sometimes not saying anything to a person is worse than saying the wrong thing. And sometimes not choosing to do something is worse than doing nothing at all, right? I've said it earlier. I've said it before. The opposite to progression is not always regression. Sometimes the opposite to progression is just being stagnant, right? You're at that point. You've done so much to get where you are, but you don't pull the trigger. You don't take that last step. And if you want to equate it to, we can go all the way back to before we had the social construct the way that we have it in our civilized, progressive society. You can go back to caveman days when you had to hunt your own food in order to survive. You can load up that bow and arrow, you can load up that gun, you can point it at that animal and have that animal dead in your sights. But if you don't pull that trigger, then you doing all that work that you did was for nothing. So to all my Pisces out there, I wish you luck. Make it happen. Make the attempt. You have nothing to fear but fear itself, and you have everything to gain. I wish you all love, peace, wealth, and overall health, and I will see all my Pisces back here tomorrow. This has been Astrology from a Libra's perspective, brought to you by the Social Forecast. Peace and love.